Good afternoon. I'm super excited about this set. Today we start building the Burrow Collector's Edition from the Harry Potter LEGO set series, and it's a big set. The box itself is so big it doesn't even fit into our setup slash frame, so I'm gonna try to do my best to show the box to you guys, but you might miss some of the parts. And the set itself consists of 2,405 pieces. This is my biggest set to build to date. SKU or serial number 76437, ages 18 and up. And wow, the box again is huge. So I'm just gonna try to show you the front first. So here we have the burrow, and we're gonna do horizontal here. Sorry, we can do vertical. So here we can see the burrow. On top, it's chimney and the top roofs. Here in the window, someone's looking kind of pissed at a balcony. Here we can see Errol, I believe, trying to deliver or starting to fly off with a letter from the Weasleys. And we have windows of multiple colors. And at the bottom, if I'm able to show you guys, I believe so, yes, we can see the actual minifigures and animals and some vegetation as well. So here I believe we have Fred and George, the Weasley twins, next to a pig. Next to them we have another wizard, I'm not sure who it is. He or she doesn't display the usual ginger Weasley hair. On top of it is a wizard's hat, and they're holding a mug. And here we have Harry Potter, and next to him is Ginny, I believe. No, behind him is Ginny. Next to Harry Potter is maybe Hermione, I'm not sure. And to the left we have some additional minifigures that I'm not able to show you because they're out of frame. So that's the front of the box. Let me just give you a peek of the side of the box, which has the actual actors of Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, and Rupert Grint, who are the actors for Harry, Hermione, and Ron, respectively. And flipping over to the back, we have Harry Potter logo. And we have, wow, here we have the inside of the burrow with lots of details therein. Multiple minifigures. We have some moving parts as well, I believe. So this looks like a moving part that activates the fireplace, that also serves as a teleportation machine, I believe. I'm not sure about the exact name. And we have some rooms as well. This is Ginny's room, I believe. We have the attic. We have the kitchen and the living room at the bottom. And wow, we have lots of details going on. And with that said, and maybe I'm just going to show you guys the dimensions, if I can fit it into the frame. So dimension wise, we're talking 46 centimeters tall / 11 inches tall, and 23 centimeters width, or 9 inches width. And here we also have a scene from the movie when Molly Weasley helps Harry Potter do the fireplace transportation thing, where you throw to the bottom of the fireplace a bunch of dust and say clearly and loudly the place where you want to be teleported. And Harry kind of messes up because instead of diagon alley separately, he says diagonally, and it takes him a bunch of houses away from the desired destination. But with that, and at the bottom, let me just give you another angle right here. At the bottom we have some further details. So this is the kitchen with some moving parts as well. That's going to be built. Here we have Ginny chilling next to her posters in her room. here we have Molly Weasley waking up from her bed, I believe. And some additional details. And at the bottom right we have, sorry, I can't show you guys better, so this is going to be upside down for you, but here we have Harry and Ron chilling around in the burrow in the movie, I believe. Wow. So humongous box again. I'm not able to fit the entire thing into the frame. I just tried showing you guys a bunch of details, and with that, let's take our box opening machine 3000, remove all of the adhesive tape, and then let's jump right into the build. LEGO Harry Potter series, the Burrow. I believe this is not the first Burrow in the LEGO Harry Potter universe. A bunch of years ago, they've had the Burrow when it was being attacked by the Death Eaters. And that was, I believe, a slightly smaller set. And that's something that LEGO does. They do repeated sets of the most famous scenes and characters and events in the Harry Potter books / movies. So that's 2 adhesive tapes done. The scissor is not the sharpest, so I'm kind of struggling. I'm trying to not destroy the box in the process. So adhesive tape number 3 done. Let's see. There is number 4. Okay, this is probably the bluntest pair of scissors I've ever held in my hands. That's number 5. At the top we have tape number 6. And that's tape number 7. And again, we're talking 2,400 bricks. Huge set. The biggest set I've done to date is the insect collection. Make sure you check out those videos as well. And that was an 8-episode series. And that was 1,111 pieces, so less than 50% compared to the brick count of this set. And once again, SKU number 76437, 2,005 pieces. Wow. And with that, let's open things up. Drum roll. Wow. What a nice setup. I'm just going to put aside the top of the box, and we have lots of sub packs. Wow. And we have a box within the box. So on the right we have a bunch of sub packs, paper this time around, super nice sustainability initiative from the LEGO group. And let's see. Oh, okay. So the corner is kind of open up. And here we have even more bricks, I believe. So once again, this is the right side of the box with lots of paper packs, starting at pack number 8. So we're going to put that aside for a bunch of videos. And we're going to start with the box within the box. And this is probably going to be a 10-episode series, the biggest series so far on this channel. Because here we like to take our time and just go through everything brick by brick, no rush, no edits, no cuts. And we're going to start with this mysterious white box within the box, which has 2 push tabs. LEGO The Burrow Harry Potter set going in. Okay. And as anticipated, within this box, we have additional paper packs. Paper packs number 1 to 8, I believe. So I'm just going to pour that out for you guys to see. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So that's pack number 8. Actually, let's pack number 20. No. Pack number 2. Okay, let's just pour it out. Why not? Okay. Box emptiness confirmed. I'm gonna put that aside. And here we have, in a nice paper envelope, the instruction manuals, or manual. Let's see how many there are. There's a super nice paper envelope packaging, like so, and like so. And wow, we have a bunch. Let's see how many there are. Look at that. There we have the stickers we're going to use for the set, with some amazing detail thereon. Gwenog Jones, who I believe is the seeker of Ginny's favorite Quidditch team. And the Weird Sisters, who I believe is Ginny's favorite band in the wizarding world. So I'm going to put aside the stickers and just show you guys. We have 3 booklets, 3 instruction manuals. And as you can see, booklet number 1, booklet number 2, and finally booklet number 3. And booklets they are, and look at the thickness of that. Looks like a magazine. So I'm going to put aside booklets number 2 and 3 for later. We're going to keep booklet number 1. I'm also going to put aside the envelope in which the booklets were stored. And we're going to look for pack number 1. And I believe that the packs are kind of mixed, so they're not in order. So here's pack number 2. Just going to try to locate the first 3 packs. Give me a second. Maybe the first one is, let's do the first 5 packs. Here we have the remainder of the packs. 24, 12. There it is, pack number 1. So we need packs 3 and 4. And then we'll start assembling. 18. That's pack number 4 right there. I'm sorry if this is loud. This is pack number 3 right there. Because I guess the books have a relatively loud noises. And why not? Here is packs number 6 and 7, so I'm going to put those aside as well. So we have located and put aside packs number 1 to 6. And with that, let's clean up our setup a bit. We're not going to need the box opening machine 3000 anymore. And give me just a quick second That's pack number. Oh, I'm sorry. And there it is. Pack number. Oops. Apologies for the wobble. So, booklet number 1, pack number 1, nice paper pack as said. And at the front of the paper pack we have displayed a bunch of classic bricks. The 1x1, the 2x2, the 2x4, 2 times each. Okay. Harry Potter The Burrow Collector's Edition. SKU number 76437. 437, yeah, that's correct. Going in. Here we have some builder information with the usual lego.com/sustainable packaging domain and the respective QR code as well. Let's take a look at the general info within the booklet. It's home. Ron Weasley and his brothers Fred and George may be in a bit of trouble after rescuing Harry Potter from Privet Drive in the family's Flying Fort Anglia. But as soon as the four arrive at the Burrow, Molly Weasley welcomes Harry Potter with open arms. The Burrow is a cornucopia of magical items and cozy corners. Barely a straight angle inside, the curious, charming country house is buzzing with life, warmth, shenanigans, and lots of laughter. Even with dark forces lurking on the horizon, the Weasleys' magical home is the one safe refuge we always return to. And indeed, we do. Wow. And here we have a nice night shot of the Burrow itself. Okay, and here we have 2 of the designers of said Lego set, George Gilliatt, model designer, and Peter Kjaergaard, graphic designers, holding the actual set, the end product. Before you lift or move your model, close the building to make sure it's secure and stable as shown in this picture. Say mischief managed and you're good to go. Nice. And it's a nice touch that both of them are wearing a knitted sweater, knitted supposedly by Molly Weasley, with George having a G initial knitted on his sweater, and then Peter having a red P knitted on his sweater. Wow. Okay, why not? Let's take our time here. Here we have the father, Arthur Weasley, prepping some breakfast for himself, or peppering. No, I thought he was grinding some peppers. He's fixing up something. He's probably fixing up some Muggle artifact. Welcome to the Burrow. The Weasley's family's hospitality is embedded in every crooked nook and cranny. In their creative inventions, resourceful uses of magic, decor, and family comforts like the enchanted knitting needles and dish scrubber, the family location clock, and Muggle objects collected by Arthur Weasley. Over time, the Burrow has been expanded to a delightful higgledy-piggledy structure. It seems magic may be the only thing keeping it together. This Lego model is full of interesting techniques to recreate the wonky windows and tilted floors. And here we have Molly Weasley being delighted that Harry's arrived. Throughout the Harry Potter films, several memorable moments and social gatherings take place here. Hearty homemade meals, carefree school holidays, Harry's first experience traveling via the Flu Network. And that's what I was looking for, with the accidental detour to Nocturne Alley, and later fateful meetings with the Order of the Phoenix, Rufus Scrimgeour revealing the last will and testament of Albus Dumbledore, and Bill and Fleur's wedding. So the Flu Networks, it's not the fireplace transportation machine. Nice. Oh, and that's what we've been talking about, see? So This is not the first burrow. Here's the first one from 2010, and then a more detailed one in 2020, then a mini one in 2022. I suppose it was a part of the 2022 LEGO Advent Calendar Harry Potter set, and then, wow, the amazingly detailed 2024 LEGO The Burrow set. From the LEGO design team. The Burrow has previously been released in other LEGO sets, 2 minifigure scale sets in 2010, the Burrow 4840, and 2020, Attack on the Burrow 75980, and as a micro build in 2022, part of the LEGO Harry Potter Advent Calendar 76404. Now, for the first time, we have created the house fully enclosed with familiar rooms and details from the films, and then some, in the ultimate version of the Burrow, including, of course, the Pixie and poor old Errol diligently doing his best to deliver the post. Just like the Weasley family, it took a large LEGO designer family, most of them muggles as far as we know, to bring this model to life. Throughout the Harry Potter film series, we see some of the rooms in the Burrow, but others like the twins' room, Ginny's room, and the bathroom are not shown. We hope you have fun exploring our interpretation of what they might have looked like as you build them, and that you feel the characters' personalities in each room. Wow. Just sip a quick sip of magic cherry tea, I believe, from Pickwick. Okay. Magic in the details. The Burrow's wobbly structure has so many funny angles and details, and we hope you will love building the functions that really bring this everyday magic to life. For the first time, we have gathered the entire Weasley family in one LEGO set, including the 2 eldest brothers, Bill and Charlie, who have never been released as LEGO minifigures before. Brick-built features, stickers, and decorations include the entire family's toothbrushes in the bathroom, and because Arthur Weasley is so fascinating by Muggle electrical plugs, he keeps one in his bathroom. Fred and George can, of course, be seen designing early prototypes of Weasley's Wizard Wheezes gadgets. So that was a quote by George Gilliatt, LEGO model designer, as well as from Peter Kierkegaard, LEGO graphic designer. And here we have featured the actual minifigures. So we have in the set Errol, the family owl. And then we have Harry Potter, Ginny Weasley, Ron Weasley, George Weasley, Fred Weasley, Percy Weasley, Bill Weasley, Charlie Weasley, Molly Weasley, and Arthur Weasley wearing his glorious wizard's hat. So with that said, let's jump right into it. Pack number 1, going in. Let me see what the best way to go around this is, because the booklet itself is quite sizable. So I'm going to try to fit everything in frame for you guys. Let's see if a left-right split is working. And yeah, I believe it should. So usually we do top-bottom split. Top having the booklet, which is usually much smaller, and then bottom portion of the setup slash frame, the bricks themselves. But we're going to try it this way this time around, and then see how it works. And as usual, we have the magically useful brick removal machine in this glorious orange color this time around. So I'm going to put that aside that should be useful later on. And oops, as usual, we have a subset of smaller size bricks within pack number 1. We're going to open those up as well. And they include some vegetation, some flowers, some tree branches, and some nice caramel looking 1x2s going in. And we're going to start with a minifigure. And it's going to be the minifigure of Molly Weasley herself. With some nice knitted pattern clothing. So here's her torso. Adding to that, her legs as well. Like so. And as many times we have 2 heads and 2 facial setups. So at the front we have the delighted Molly Weasley looking at Harry Potter and welcoming him to her home. And at the back we have her yelling at probably the twins Fred and George for performing some mischief once again. So let's go with the happy side this time around. And then attach her hair with the classic Weasley ginger colorway. So that's Molly Weasley. Done. And we're going to start building the base of the burrow, the base of the house. And we're going to start with this greenish, brownish 4x6 plate. And at its corner, we're going to add a mini diamond. I used to call these bricks diamonds because they kind of look like them. The base of it would be a 2x2 plate, but it just has 3 knobs attached. So we're going to apply that like so. And perpendicular, we're going to add this classic 1x6 white brick, like so. And we're going to start adding some flora or vegetation, as they say. A small flower with this nice green color, as well as this bigger leaf with the deeper green color, like so. We're expanding our base with this rounded off 6x6 greenish square. We're going to add that to our existing build. And we're also going to add one of these white flowers, the smaller ones. No, it's actually the blue one, I believe. Yep. So we're going to add this blue flower. And I'm just going to confirm, give me a sec, if you guys have everything in frame. Okay, so that's fine. And yeah, you should see everything on the right, hopefully. Perfect. So we've added the blue flower, and we're also adding the green flower on top of the deep green leaf. And we start adding some details here, starting with the classic white 1x2. And then next to it, also a 1x2 with the brick patterns, the brick stripes on the side. So that's a nice touch. And we're going to add that. Let me line up right there. As well as some additional vegetation. Starting with these 2 mini green flowers. there, and there. And atop of the right one, we're going to add one blue flower as well, like so. And then between the two double stacked flowers, we're adding this circle of the greenish brownish color and the centralized knob at the middle, like so. And as you can see here, this time around in this set, they highlight the newly added bricks with a green highlight, like so. So they are encircled with this light green for better viewability. So we rotate our structure like so. And to the left, we lengthen our build with this 4x10, I believe. And we're going to join that with the style of 1x6 or 1x6 length, like so. Perfect. And right next to it, we're adding one more mini green flower. And we keep on layering our build, starting with this 2x8 brown plate. Right there. Making sure that it's a good snug fit. As well as two 2x4 tiles next to each other with the same chocolatey brown color. And I'm trying to update my LEGO vocabulary because so far I used to call these bricks 2x4 smooth top bricks, but apparently they have their unique names. So when a brick is flat and it doesn't have any knobs on the top, they're called tiles, which makes sense. So smooth top is a tile, and then if it's a flat brick, so no height, no real height dimension to it, they're called plates and knob bricks. And if they've got some heights on them, they're called actual bricks. So this would be a 1x6 white brick. This would be a 4x6 brownish greenish plate, and then this would be a 2x4 brownish greenish tile. Continuing with step number 7, we're going to add more to our base of the build. We're going to start with the before mentioned 4x6 plate, greenish brownish color. And next to it, we're going to add the same rounded off 6x6 plate, like so. And as usual, we have the progress bar. So within the first booklet, so not the entire set, but within the first booklet, we are at around 2% wow. And Molly Weasley is showing us the way. And if we look further in the booklet, you can see here we will be at roughly 35 or 40% of the build. So that's a nice touch always. Okay. Next we're going to add one more 2x8 plate with the chocolatey brown color next to its twin. And at the back of the build, we're going to add this 1x4 brick with 3 circular holes at the middle. And we have a mini sub-build here highlighted with the white rectangle. So we're going to pierce through this brick with 2 of these mini black lightsabers. One to the right, and then one to the left, like so. And we're going to add that next to our brown tiles, like so. For step number 9, we have a mini sub-build once again. And we start with an oval. If I'm able to locate it. Yeah. We start with this greenish, brownish oval. I don't know what it is about them, but I just love these oval bricks. They're a classic, recurring often, and it's such a nice little shape. And to the right we add a gray mini flower, like so. To the left we add a green mini flower, and on top a blue mini flower. And sorry, on the right we don't have a mini flower, it's just a gray dot, it's not a flower this time around. And we're going to add that next to the 1x4 white brick with the holes. And we're going to add 2 more green mini flowers to the brown plate. So the first comes right there in the second position. And then the second one to the lower plate, second position from the left. For step 10, we're gonna add some more walls to the ground we have here, or the soil we have here. So first we start with this 1x6 white brick and its little cousin, the 1x3 white brick, classic. And next to them we add a quarter circle tile as well as a 2x4 tile of the greenish brownish color. So starting with the 2x4 smooth top, and then next to it the mini quarter circle. For step 11 we add more of these unique brownish greenish color tiles. 2 of the 2x4s to start, like so. Then underneath we add a 1x3 as well as a mini quarter circle once again, like so. Let me just grab a sip of Kinley this time around, which for those who might not be aware is a non-alcoholic Coca-Cola beverage, soda. And for step 12 we add some more vegetation. We're going to start with filling up this 1x3. So to the 2 edges we add 2 gray dots, like so, and like so. And at the middle we add this green mini flower. Next to those we have 1 more quarter circle of the brownish and greenish unique color, as well as a green mini flower, and the circle with the centralized knob right next to those. Perfect. And once again, we have a green mini flower, like so. So we keep adding some height to our structure for step 13. First we add 2 times. This 1x2, sorry, of the brownish, caramelish, chocolatey color, / the beigeish as well. So the first one goes there, and the second one on top of the brick-looking brick. Oops. Perfect. And we add some whites as well. We're going to start with this flat 1x6. That's going to join these 2 gray dots actually, which is interesting. Like so. And then on top of these 2 dots, the green flower and the gray dot, we add a 1x2 of the same white color. Like so. We're also going to add this mini white triangle, I call it. I'm sure it has its official LEGO name, which I'm going to look up in the future. We're also going to add this 1x2 white brick with the hook at the end, as well as to the right, we're going to add one more of the whites, the 1x8 this time around. Let's see if I can find it. So I'm looking for the brick. There's one that comes right here. Give me a quick second. Interesting indeed. So we need a 1x8 plate, white in color. So that's added, that's correct. Just going to check if it's underneath, which it is not. Let me actually check the paper pack. Maybe it's stuck in there. And indeed it was. It's always such a relief when you're looking for a brick and you're afraid that it's been lost or it wasn't included in the set to begin with, which I've never faced before, luckily. But it was a mistake on my side, so I confirmed pack emptiness, but it was incorrect. Okay. So I believe that's done. And for step 14, we have a sub-build. The first bigger sub-build within this set. So we start with this 4x6 white plate. To the corner we add this nice couch of some sorts, white color, smooth top and smooth sides. And we add more couches next to it, starting with this white one. And then at the corner we have the cozy 1x1 couch, the fauteuil. Perfect. Oh, and we have our first sticker application. We're going to apply it to this 1x4 white tile. So let me take that. Our sticker pack here. And we're going to apply sticker 24. So that's quite handy. Every sticker has a number attached, so you don't have to just go with your eyes and with the pattern, comparing the patterns in the booklet to the ones on the sticker, you can just look at the number next to the stickers. So that's sticker number 4 and then 24, sorry, and then sticker number 24 as well. And I'm trying to figure out what this is. It's a bunch of food wastes, I believe, but also a wheel. Interesting. Okay, we're going to see. So I'm going to remove the sticker number 24. And then we're going to add that. Apply that to our 1x4 tile. Oops. That wasn't horizontal. Nice. First sticker within the burrow applied. And we're going to add that right there. We're going to hug around our stickered tile with some additional couches with the opposing logic. So we're going to apply the bigger corner couch to the other side. And then the 1x3 white couch at the middle. And then the mini couch, the fauteuil at the corner. And we're going to add that structure right here. Look. It's always nice when you've been building a sub-build and then it has a perfectly aligned place in the OG build that you can apply it to. Look. Like so. Perfect. And we keep on gaining some height with these whites and browns. So first we're going to add this 1x3 brick behind the triangle there. Next to it we have a 1x2 of the same color. And next to them we add these special bricks with brick stripes on the side. Bricks representing actual bricks. So that's 1. And then perpendicular, number 2. And then at the edge we add a 1x1 brown brick, light brown, with the hook as well. Like so. And then to the right, we also start with a 1x3 white, followed by a 1x2 brick representing a brick, followed by a 1x2 white classic, and finally one more 1x3 bricks. Perfect. Next up, for step 16, let's start with the flower mini sub-build. So we're going to start with the branches, and we're going to add 3 of these mini white flowers to the edges, or to the endings rather. That's 2. And that is 3. We're going to add that to our circle with the centralized knob right here. Like so. We're also going to add some roofing to the walls of our garden, because this is the garden, I believe. And we're going to add these nice caramel color rounded off bricks, starting with a 1x2. 3 1x2s actually. That's 2. And that is 3. And we have a corner one as well, with the nice rounded off tops. Right there. And at the ending, we add a 1x1 U-shaped rounded off brick as well. Trying to ensure proper attachment. Like so. And we're going to do the same thing at the right as well. Starting with the 1x2s 3 times, 2 times, 3 times, corner piece, and finally the 1x1. Perfect. And we're also adding, oh, by the way, I just love this caramel color. I've said it in previous builds and sets, but it's just such a nice caramelish, refreshing looking brown. So finally we're adding the door, or it might be a barn. Let's call it a barn, and we're adding the barn door as well. Just confirming the orientation, that's correct. With a hopefully satisfying click. Nice. Door has been applied. And it's a barn indeed. We have the piglets. Cute piglets as well. With the centralized knobs on top. So let's add piglet number 1. Let's see how. I'm not sure if they're actually clicking to another brick or just put on top. Let me check. Ah, interesting, look. Their legs fit between the knobs of the plates. Maybe you can see it this way around. Or can they? Yes. So that's big number 1. See? It doesn't fall out. So the legs, again, fit in between the knobs of the plates, which is a very nice building technique, if you ask me. I've never seen anything like that with animals. So there's pig number 2. Chilling. And then we have a watering can. Nice green color as well. We're going to apply its holding structure, which is a black hue. And I just need to show this. So this time around, this black hue is the holding structure of the watering can. And it's so interesting to me to see when the same bricks are reused for different purposes. So as said, I've built the insect collection a couple of days ago, and the same brick there was the eyes of the butterfly. See? And it's so interesting to see the same brick being reused, practically reapplied to another set with a completely different function as well. So that was a nice touch. Okay. So coming back to our watering can, we're going to apply the, if I'm able to, yes, indeed we have, and that's going to be put right there. Perfect. And pack number 1 is done. Wow. We have built the barn with the 2 pigs with the unique application structure or logic. That was super fun. With the nice whites, with the nice vegetation, with the mini flowers of multiple colors, blues and greens, and also the whites, with the nice moving barn door, like so, and with one of our favorite colors within the Lego universe, this caramel brown. I just love this color. And the watering can, this nice neonish, refreshing light green, complements the other colors so well. So, with that, I believe we're gonna close off the first part, the first episode of the Burrow series. Again, this will be an 8 to 12 episode series in which we build the entire burrow from the Harry Potter Lego series. Actually, let's apply Molly Weasley here. She was the minifigure that we saw first within this set. So she's just gonna chill in front of the barn, protecting the pigs from Death Eaters potentially. And as usual, we have some extra bricks, the small ones, as always, if we were to lose any of them. So with that, this was pack number 1 out of 24 packs within the Harry Potter Burrow build, and we have built the barn with 2 pigs, with some flowers, with the watering can, and with Molly Weasley chilling at the front. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I will catch you in the next video, which is going to be episode 2 of the Burrow set building series. And I wish you a very nice day. Goodbye.